What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Darcy's Life Advice. This is an interesting little subject idea that I've decided to come up with, and I posted this thing on my Instagram story yesterday, asking you guys if you needed advice in any area of life, claiming to be a qualified doctor slash astronaut slash a lot of other shit that I'm not. So we're gonna try and answer some of these questions. A lot of you guys are a bit up in the head, so we're going to try and answer them anyway and see what happens. Before I start dishing out lots of life advice for all of you young individuals at home, make sure you hit subscribe and hit thumbs up, because the YouTube algorithm likes that, and if you could tickle its pickle, that would make it a lot easier for me. That's all I had to say. Let's just jump into some of these disgusting advice questions that you guys need help with. Okay, straight off the bat. How am I meant to do schoolwork from home when I can't even do it at school? My suggestion would be to do schoolwork at home. I would try set a nice little schedule, nice little hard copy paper version of a little routine or a schedule that you need to follow, and because that way you can tick off all the things that you need to do. If you can't do it at school, you should probably harden the up and do it at school, because that's the best place to learn. That's where all the teachers are that can help you out. Make sure you do your schoolwork. In saying that, school's not the be all and end all. Don't stress yourself out over it, but you got to try. Okay, what do you do when your misso leaves the kitchen? Can't find out how to keep her there. Usually I do a reward scheme. Seems to work a treat. Like, however long you spend in there doing like dishes and things, I can reward with either monetary items or like a Gucci purse or things like that. It usually works a treat. Despite the fact I've never really had a proper missus to buy Gucci things for, and I don't have the money to, so leave that there. Also, it's 2020. We've got to stop this misogynism, and we've got to work towards equality or whatever shit the PR team told me to say. How do I convince my nan to eat my ass? Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to say why. That's all. Why. Second of all, good tactic, build a little bond, sort of get close, make sure the time is right, and then just ask. Just be like, look, been wanting to ask you for a long time, do you reckon you could please eat my ass? Maybe if you buy her a I Eat Ass shirt by Danny Duncan, then maybe that would provide a little bit of an in to help you go into that sort of realm of fucked upness. Are you a male because you're hot? Huh? We'll ignore that. Oh, same person. Sorry, that, my friends, lols. But like, advice on how to slide into DMs because we need it. Just do it is literally the only thing I have to say. Not that I am a bandit for hitting up DMs. Try to not bother with that. I prefer to talk to people in real life, although my social anxiety would say not. So just do it. Maybe if you think of a witty little line or something to say, and I just go for it. Cheesy pickup lines, they seem to work every now and then, so I'd just try that. I can't seem to fix my broken marriage. Yeah, okay, you probably want a lawyer. Maybe if there's something broken in your marriage, you need to take a look at yourself, firstly, and your partner, and you need to figure out why it's not working, and you need to figure out who's at fault. There might be no one at fault, but if there's a problem and it's someone's fault, we need to figure out who that is. Once we've got that, we're halfway there. All you need to do is just figure out a way of resolving the issue, and then surely the marriage can be saved, because you need to find the reason that you fell in love with someone, and you need to make sure that you remember that. If it's not there anymore, it's not there anymore. Come see me. What else have we got here? I get roughly 70% of 50-50 calls wrong. Why? Now, this is what I like to see. Mathematics. I did general mathematics at school and didn't do it very well. So, let's transition to the whiteboard. So I've managed to do a few quick calculations, as you might be able to see. And what I've gathered from your statement, 50-50 call. It's either right or wrong. You're telling me you've got 70% of those wrong, which means that 30% of those are right. So my reasoning for the 70% wrong, due to poor judgment / lack of cognitive capacity. There's literally no other reason. I'm not exactly sure where I've gathered this information from, but that would be the only way that I could explain to you the reason for the 70% wrong out of a 50-50 call. I have an insatiable urge to purchase bondage restraint equipment and tie people up. Wow, okay. First of all, psychotic, but second of all, maybe if your partner is into that, go ahead, each to their own, do your thing, whatever floats your boat. But you didn't specify for who in that, which makes me a little bit concerned. So make sure it's consensual and make sure that there's no law breaking going on in any of that. So we'll leave it there. How can I accidentally get stuck at my boyfriend's house when the lockdown happens? Just make sure you're there for when it happens, and then you won't be told to leave or go home. So that would be my advice. And if you're desperate to do that, maybe once the lockdown gets called, just get in your car and jump straight over. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. How to get a hot surfer BF? Obviously not talking about me, so I'm going to give advice for that category of people who I'm not really sure she's talking about. But I would say have a common interest. Typically the ocean is a good one and the beach. That would be a good start. And slide in his DMs. That's always a good start. Make sure you hit him up if you're interested. Let him know that that's the plan. Us males are fucking retarded and cannot read situations very well at all. So if you're like dropping little sneaky hints that you think are like kind of clear, but the dude's not picking up on any of it whatsoever, you've obviously made a mistake. So let him know that that's the plan. That's what you want. How do I shred the sled like you, Haoli? Okay, I'm gonna Google that. I said a word wrong in my Q&A, and nobody's let me live that down yet. So we're gonna double check that. Haoli, is that how you say it? In Hawaii, a person who is not a native, especially a white person.
Howley.
Ah.
Howley.
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 Howley. Okay. Step 1 to shredding the sled, like me. Have parents who are willing to throw thousands of dollars at training and coaching. Step 2, never give up. Always surf. Despite, whether it's in comps, whether it's for fun, whether you're just having a good old time with the boys, just make sure you surf all the time, as much as you can, because time in the water is basically the best way to get good. Besides that, maybe ride a good board that suits you, because it's about 50% surfer, 50% equipment. So make sure that the balance is right. Okay, so hear me out is the first message. Second one, because of restrictions, how am I meant to smash my cousin? He's only on the coast for a week. So I'm just going to set the scene here. This is from a guy, and he's complaining about the restrictions set in place because of COVID-19 and coronavirus. And he's complaining that he's not going to be able to smash his cousin because of these restrictions, and there's a time limit on how long the cousin is here on the coast, being the Central Coast. So, I got nothing on that, hey. I don't know. Maybe tee up a little meeting spot. You probably shouldn't be like rooting your cousin, just as a sort of word of advice. It's a little bit how you go on, I'll give you that. But you do you, each to their own. Moving on. How do you gain followers and become TikTok famous, Mr. Plitz? Aye, bitch, my last name is Piltz. P-I-L-T-Z, not P-L-I-T-Z. You got to get my name right if you want me to answer these things. But I am definitely not the person to talk to about getting TikTok famous, because I think I have 14 followers, and yeah, that's not exactly paying the bills now, is it? So I probably wouldn't have any advice on that. Maybe upload regularly and scheduled. I'd say every day, maybe a couple of times a day, which sounds pretty full on, but I'm pretty sure that's what all the big TikTok superstars are doing. Uploading multiple times a day. It depends what kind of line or like niche you want to take with TikTok, because you got the people doing the dances, you got the people doing the comedy, you got the people showing off their cars. Like, just follow your niche it down first, find your niche, find what you want to do, and then sort of follow that and mimic what other people are doing whilst keeping your own image. I guess you would say. That'd be my advice. Hey man, I've been having trouble hanging out with the boys. Should I go outside? Fuck no. Stay home. That's what everyone's saying. Don't go out if you don't have to. FaceTime the boys, do a group call on maybe Snapchat or Zoom or whatever you want. You can still drink together and gamble on things if that's what you want to do. But yeah, don't go meeting up with people, not just yet. I want to kiss you, but I don't know how. Now that you've told me, we're halfway there. I'm kidding. I don't know, how do I give advice to that? Slide in the DMs seems to be a recurring theme. So maybe do that. Or don't. I mean, I don't really care, whatever. Alright, this is probably the most question I got asked, and I'm going to try and provide some hell advice for this poor person. When I pull back my foreskin, small mushrooms sprout out, and it really hurts. Help me. Fuck, okay, alright, let's do some Googling. See what Google has to say about foreskin mushrooms. Alright. I might do an incognito tab, just for safety reasons. Foreskin oh, it's in capitals. Foreskin mushroom! Foreskin mushrooms. Literal mushroom cock. All the different fungus. I'm going to be getting so demonetized today. If your dick is only being compared to a mushroom because of its shape, consider yourself lucky. Candidiasis fungus. Balanoposthetis. Trichophyton rubrum fungus. Oh dear. Malassezia furfur. Alright, so there's 4 options. Basically, so that's about it for that question. Probably go and see a qualified medical practitioner would be my only other advice. So yeah. What else we got here? Feeling depressed, just got dropped in on by a mal. I would say advice for everyone. Don't drop in on people in the ocean, because that is a very good way to get yourself either in a fight or sent in to the beach. If you ride a mal, just don't. And if you ride a mal and you drop in on people, well, fuck me sideways, you have problems. Next, how to get people to hate me less. Okay, that's a pretty heavy one, so we're going to do this one serious. Tough topic, but I would say the only thing that you can do in life is to be yourself. So if you're being yourself and other people are not fond of that or do not enjoy that, that's their problem and not your problem. So I would say surround yourself with people who love you for you, which is, that sounds really cliche now that I've just said it. But it's basically the advice that I have. If people don't like you for who you are, find new people. That's all I got. So that was it for Darcy's life advice. This has been an interesting topic. Been a good little subject for me to do. Kind of fun, kind of cool. If you guys need more advice, leave comments down below. Hit me up in the DMs on Instagram, @Darcy Piltz. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, it's all the same. That's pretty much all I've got to say. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit like, do the good things. Catch up.